This question has been keeping me up at night. How do people die? Hi, I'm here to answer this and other burning questions about life, death, and everything in between. But first, don't forget to share and subscribe and like. Ask us your questions down below, and we may feature your question in an upcoming episode. In 2019, over 61,000 people died in the United States from drug overdoses, including both prescription and illicit drugs. That's more than the number of homicides and suicides combined. In the same year, more than 70,000 people died from heart disease, making it the leading cause of death for the 13th year in a row. It seems like there are a lot of ways we can die, but how exactly do we kick the bucket? We can divide the way people die into two categories: natural and unnatural. Natural causes include anything related to aging or disease. Unnatural causes include things like accidents and homicide. So let's start with the natural way of dying. As of right now, the leading natural cause of death worldwide is stroke. A stroke happens when blood flow to part of the brain gets blocked or a blood vessel in the brain bursts. Either way, brain cells don't get enough oxygen and nutrients, and they die. About 87% of strokes are ischemic, meaning the blood flow to the brain is interrupted by a blockage, usually a blood clot. Symptoms of a stroke include numbness or weakness in the face, arm or leg, especially on one side of the body. Trouble speaking or understanding speech, dizziness, loss of balance and difficulty walking, trouble seeing, severe headache with no obvious cause. If you or someone you know experiences these symptoms, it's important to seek medical attention quickly. The faster treatment begins after the onset of symptoms, the better the chances of recovery. Heart disease is the second leading cause of death worldwide and the leading cause of death in the US for over a decade. There are a few different ways that heart disease can cause death. One of the most common is cardiac arrest, which happens when the heart suddenly stops beating. This can happen because of a problem with the heart's electrical system, which controls the heartbeat. When the heart's electrical system malfunctions, it can cause the heart to beat too fast, too slow, or in an irregular pattern. This can make it hard for the heart to pump blood around the body, which can lead to death. Another way that heart disease can cause death is by blocking blood flow to the heart. This can happen when plaque builds up in the arteries that supply blood to the heart. Plaque is a substance made of fat, cholesterol, calcium, and other substances in the blood. As plaque builds up in the arteries, it can narrow them and make it harder for blood to flow through. This can cause chest pain, shortness of breath, and other symptoms. If the blockage becomes severe, it can cause a heart attack, which is when blood flow to part of the heart muscle is blocked. Without blood, the heart muscle can't get the oxygen and nutrients it needs, so it begins to die. Dementia is another leading cause of death worldwide. It's a general term for a decline in mental ability that makes everyday tasks difficult. Dementia can cause changes in mood and behavior, as well as problems with thinking, reasoning, and memory. Alzheimer's disease is the most common cause of dementia. It's a progressive disease, meaning it gets worse over time. Alzheimer's disease causes the brain to shrink and the number of connections between brain cells to break down. This causes problems with memory, thinking, and reasoning. Eventually, people with Alzheimer's disease become unable to care for themselves, and they may need help with daily tasks like eating and dressing. Eventually, the disease causes death. Now we'll move on to some unnatural causes of death. Accidents are the third leading cause of death worldwide. One of the most common types of accidents is a fall. Falls can be caused by a number of different things, such as tripping over something, slipping on a wet surface, or losing balance. Falls can cause serious injuries, including head injuries, broken bones, and spinal cord injuries. Head injuries can cause brain damage and other complications that can lead to death. Broken bones can lead to infection and other health problems if not properly treated. Spinal cord injuries can cause paralysis and other disabilities that can make it hard to live. Another type of accident that can cause death is a burn. Burns can be caused by fire, hot liquids, or steam. They can cause skin damage, respiratory problems, and other complications that can lead to death. Poisoning is another type of accident that can cause death. Poisoning can happen when someone eats or drinks something that is poisonous or when they breathe in toxic fumes. Poisoning can cause a number of different symptoms, including nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, headaches, and seizures. Depending on the poison, it can also lead to death. Homicide is another unnatural cause of death. Homicide is the killing of one human being by another. It is often used to describe situations where someone is killed on purpose, but it can also refer to situations where someone is killed accidentally during the commission of a crime, such as a home invasion or a robbery. Homicide can be caused by a variety of weapons, including knives, guns, and blunt objects. It can also be caused by suffocation or strangulation. Homicide can happen in a variety of settings, including homes, businesses, and public places. Suicide is another cause of death that has gotten a lot of attention recently. Suicide is when someone intentionally ends their own life. It's a complex issue with a variety of contributing factors, including mental health problems, substance abuse, and social isolation. People who are considering suicide may feel like they have no hope for the future, or that they are a burden to others. They may also feel like they have no other options. If you are having thoughts of suicide, please reach out for help. You can call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 988 or text HOME to 740-1741. You can also reach out to a trusted friend or family member or mental health professional. There is help available and things can get better. There are many other ways that people can die. This list isn't all-inclusive, but hopefully it gives you a better understanding of how people die. Death is a natural part of life. It's something that everyone will experience eventually. While death can be scary, it's important to remember that it's not always something to be feared. It can be a peaceful and painless process. If you have questions or concerns about death, don't hesitate to reach out to a trusted friend, family member, or healthcare professional. They can provide you with support and guidance as you navigate this difficult topic. Thanks for watching.